Welcome back to a new video. Today's video is focused on Wu-Tang and American Saga, the final season. And before I give out my review, please like the video, dislike the video, subscribe or comment, or just watch this video, keep going on with your day. The first 3 episodes of the final season were released, and I think that season 3 is off to a promising start with the continued rise of Wu-Tang, many of the members' albums eventually getting released, and I just can't wait to see what's going to happen next. So here we go. Episode 1 was entitled I Can't Go to Sleep, and it takes place 6 months after the events of season 2, when RZA lost all of his floppy disks, and basically he has been struggling ever since to make something feel new and fresh. As deadlines are coming up, new record deals are happening, and he just has so much at stake with all of the members, his company, just everything that he is just trying to work on. Inspector Deck, he is trying to help RZA when it comes with his album and decides to see if he can get any of the data recovered from his disc. And sadly, no bueno at all. But in the meanwhile, though, Wu-Tang is successful. Everyone is living a high life. Everyone is just living a rich life, having a big house, nice cars, parties, women over. Just everyone is doing their own thing. Method Man is extremely well, has a successful album, his tour going successful. Just everything is going well for everyone. Well, with the exception of ODB, as ODB and RZA have not spoken for the last 6 months, ever since RZA signed him to that other deal. And ODB has been spiraling out of control, from going to strip clubs, doing illegal activities, to basically having to jump out of the window to not only save himself from going to jail, but just save himself regardless. And so the episode just basically ends with just ODB in the hospital, RZA determined to make Wu-Tang success continue, and just making sure that his plan all goes well. Episode 2 was entitled All I Need. ODB, now in a hospital, just thinking about what just happened. Shuri visits him to see how he's doing and to pay her back. He steals her car, goes to her house to recover, and it's just a whole mess of a situation. Album deadlines are continuing to happen as Mitchell now has to deal with some potential legal consequences because of ODB not having no kind of just like material ready for the album because of RZA. As RZA and ODB, they need to talk, as they have to figure something out. They have to make up. But in the meanwhile, though, ever since getting his new record deal, Raekwon has been figuring out what to do. And thanks to Ghostface, they come up with some pretty huge ideas for Raekwon's debut album, which would happen in real life, as we all know. And they just think about it throughout the episode, just walking in the woods, just thinking about it, how they're portraying different characters and how it all just comes back with like different scenes and everything else. Like seeing those two just become closer and just working on Raekwon's album, just like having inspirations, that was all interesting to see. ODB, while recovering, he just thinks about life, just thinks about different things. Sherry tells him that in order to like go on with life, he needs to grow up. And so sometime later, he meets them at the executive meeting about his album. And so, yeah, they don't get no bonus, unfortunately. But RZA and ODB do eventually talk, and they make up for all that has happened. And they start to work on his debut album. Method Man, in the meanwhile, also has some work done too, with his song with Mary J. Blige. Puff Daddy makes a small cameo appearance. His son plays them, but we all know who he is. But that was episode 2. Episode 3 was entitled Dirty Dancing, and I think this might be my favorite episode of the season so far. As the episode just starts off with just RZA and ODB just trying to figure out some beats to make ODB's album work. And then After that, the rest of the episode just takes a natural turn as we get into the story of how Dirt McGirt was officially born, the life and persona of Dirt McGirt. As Dirt McGirt is someone that wants to be successful, he wants to enjoy the high life. As this story takes place during the 1970s, and Dirt McGirt, he is a wild individual to say the least. Like, he performs a few different comedy acts that doesn't really work, as they take a pretty bizarre turn, or he is a little bit too dirty in a sense. He gets the opportunity of a lifetime to work for a famous lady entrepreneur, lady businesswoman, but she is a little bit crazy as well too, as basically she says that she'll give him some money to record an album, and if he doesn't do what she says, she's going to turn him into natural selection. He defies her orders. Some crazy mess just takes place, which is later results in him having to work for the BIA, not CIA, but the BIA, to save the real Don Cornelius, as the Don Cornelius seen on Soul Train has been a robot, as the CIA is out to destroy black people with the scramble board and its messages such as drink Kool-Aid, do other things, etc., etc. Dirt McGirt accepts, and what happens next is some of the most craziest mess that I've seen on this TV show. He saves Don Cornelius, the real Don Cornelius. The lady businesswoman comes back with her goons. They turn him into some natural selection. But Dirt McGirt, his real persona is here, and he performs his true self. The episode basically ends with just Dirt McGirt and ODB, the music video for Shimmy Shimmy Ya being officially recorded, and just everyone just being there on set just to see Dirt McGirt take action. But that was the first 3 episodes. I felt like the first 3 episodes, they were all pretty interesting. They were all cool. Not much else to say. Performances were good. Like, episode 3 was pretty crazy. I liked it a lot for what it happened. So yeah. My predictions that I have is that I definitely see Raekwon's album being released. I can see Ghostface's album being released, and the duo's The Game's second album being released. I don't know how far season 3 is going to go, but from the trailer, it seems like it's going to go as far as 1997. Anything else, we'll have to see. But the first 3 episodes were pretty good. I can't wait to see what happens next. So thank you for watching, and until next time.